Everybody, you're looking at Coach Schwartz at UCLA's Drake Stadium. I don't know if you can see this. This is the nice track, good fast track that they had refurbished a couple years ago. And here's Dave to get some perspective. Here's Dave, and here's the stairs that we just did. And I'm telling you, my hamstrings are blasted. I'm sweating my ass off. My heart's beating. I haven't done these. You see this, folks? See these folks up here? We did these stairs. We skipped one. So it's kind of a wide stride all the way up there and then down and up and down and up and down. We did that. And I feel like I've gone hiking. Anyways, thanks to June Gloom, as Dave calls it. He can actually see your questions if you have any questions or comments as I try to skip some rope and answer Coach Schwartz's boxing trivia questions. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Dave. There you go, Dave.
So this track has a big history, and I've been coming here for years and years. And John Wooden would be out here in the mornings.
Wow.
Until he was in his really...
I'm going to try to wear this hat because it reminds me of a cut man, a veteran cut man who just passed away, Joe Chavez. And Joe Chavez, a former boxer, a corner man, trainer for decades. And he was the cut man for Miguel Cotto in this fight. And if you recall, Cotto was cut really badly in the middle of this fight. And Joe Chavez did his job. But he was really tight with Miguel Cotto, worked many Cotto fights, was also a long-time cut man for Oscar De La Hoya, among other notable boxers. But you learn so much from cut men, and one thing I love about Joe Chavez is he was always encouraging to young people when they first stepped into the sport, and I was one of them. And he was always encouraging to me in regards to my broadcast career. He used to always tell me that he and his son loved my commentary, which meant a lot. That meant more than, because he's a real boxing guy, and coming from him, it made me very proud. So,
and he was a great guy.
Joe.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Great guy.
And he was real tight with Max Garcia.
Oh yeah, the Garcias. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first question: what does the fight do for John Molina?
Oh man, it keeps his career alive.
Wow.
And I thought John Molina boxed brilliantly. Hats off to John and to his new trainer, Shadid Saluki, who was sensational in between rounds. And I thought he was done. I really thought that this was his final high-profile fight. I thought that Ruslan Provodnikov would just beat him up and stop him, and maybe by the mid-rounds, if he was lucky. And he showed us all. I thought that if Molina had a chance, and I did think he had a chance, I thought it was the proverbial puncher's chance. And I thought, Provodnikov with his pressure fighting style, that he would just walk right into a big one, and John would win that way. But to win on points and to box as disciplined to fight as he did, I'm really impressed. And I'm really happy for Molina because he's a great guy. So.
And he's smart.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a smart guy.
Yeah, he is a smart guy. Yeah, he'll probably be brought in as an opponent for somebody else, some other world-class, junior welterweight. It was a WBO title elimination bout, so, he's going to be in another, at least one more high-profile fight. So, what this victory does is it lets us know he's not finished, and it gives him at least one more big payday.
I never thought he had that in him to start with.
Yeah, you should watch it, Dave. Yeah,
I didn't watch it yet, but we
the
used
jab
to
and the 1-2 was working.
Here's see, how about jumping over those? How about jumping over the hurdles?
Right now, maybe when we first got here, I could do that. After doing these stairs, I swear to God, my legs are shot. And they feel heavy now.
But what happens about the next day, it gets your calves.
Yeah, I'm going to feel it, man.
And you need a walker.
Yeah.
Or a wheelchair.
Yeah.
The next day.
Or you just stay in bed.
So at this track now, if you come out in the mornings, Rayford Johnson's here every morning.
People don't know who that is, Dave.
Well,
a great decathlete.
Rayford Johnson,
Olympic gold medalist.
He went to UCLA.
Yeah.
And
great athlete all around.
He played 4 sports here, as did Jackie Robinson also played 4 sports. And
there is a significant percentage of folks who don't even know who Jackie Robinson is watching this. I'm telling you.
Well, Jackie Robinson's the first black player that played in the big leagues. And who's the second, do you know? The second? Larry Doby, Cleveland, 1947.
Whew.
I just missed one. I can see it, but...
if you miss one, Dave, tell them to do it again.
Yeah, that last one, if you can just do it again, I sort of...
So you got some trivia for me, I haven't peeped this. So
okay, so here, and I just want to say one other thing. I watched Mario Lopez last night and Oscar. Mario Lopez is a talented fighter.
Even in an exhibition charity match, you could tell that he's got real boxing talent. Huh?
I've seen him in one of those smokers before.
That they used to have at the Wild Card.
The Wild Card, and he's really good. But
yeah, I heard. But that's a long time ago. You're going back at least 15 years.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Here's a what did you think of Loma KO of Martinez last night?
I thought he was sensational. I thought he looked like the definition of an elite boxer. I think he deserves to be in the top 10 pound for pound. I think he looks better at junior lightweight than he did physically. Better than he did at featherweight. He was faster. His reflexes were sharper. I thought his footwork, balance, and angles were sublime. Look that word up. he was. He looked like another level. I wouldn't give any top 5, top 10, 130-pound fighter, belt holder or not, a chance against that version of Lomachenko that I saw against Rocky Martinez. His angles were amazing. His combinations, his punch selection was just off the charts. He looks amazing. I was blown away.
How about Loma against Walters?
I think Walters gets his ass kicked, and I'm an Axeman fan,
yeah.
But I think Walters was smart not to take that fight because Lomachenko, he's not just this superb athlete / boxer technician. He's an animal. He's hungry. He really he's a fierce competitor, and I think he's going to be punching harder now that he's weighing over 126 pounds. I really do. I think maybe making featherweight drained him a little bit. I really do.
Let me show Doug. Oh, here's a question. How about Loma versus Rigo?
Loma's too big for Rigo, and even at featherweight, I thought Lomachenko, he had too much versatility. His footwork, his movement would bother Rigondeaux, who really is a pure counterpuncher. He's somebody, he needs you to come right to him, and if you don't do that, he's got problems. And Lomachenko's so fast and so accurate, and we saw that on display in New York City last night. I think he knocks Rigo out. I really do. I think he knocks him out cold.
So,
and Rigo's size and age is a part of that equation.
Okay, here's one.
And his inactivity.
How about Frampton and Santa Cruz?
That's a toss-up. You know what? I've gone back and forth. When the fight was first made, I liked Santa Cruz, and now I think I'm going with Frampton. I think he's more talented. He's a more versatile boxer, and it'll be tough, but I think he can outpoint Santa Cruz. I really do.
Where is that fight?
It's going to be at Brooklyn's Barclays Center.
And when is it? You know?
It's coming up. I think it's in July, next month. Yeah.
So anyway, I was going to say one more thing about Mario Lopez. He does the 3 knockdown rule with Steve Kim. You got to listen to it. It's a podcast. It's incredible. These guys are unbelievable.
Yeah. It's my favorite podcast, boxing podcast.
Yeah.
It's my second favorite podcast overall.
What's your first?
It's a comic book podcast. It's called Jay and Miles Explain the X-Men.
Yeah.
And if you're not an insane fan of the X-Men going back several decades, this show makes no sense. It's bizarre. But it makes sense to me. I love it.
But if you listen to their podcast, I think they do it every Monday, once a week.
Yes, they do.
And they started out, it was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Here's a question. I couldn't quite read it, but it said, Coach, you test Dougie for steroids, I guess. I'm not sure. Did you take yours today?
No, I didn't. I wish I did.
So you see how good Dougie's jumping rope today? What happened is we lengthened the rope just a little bit. Okay, how about this? Maris against Sellier.
Maris against who?
Sellier.
Solier.
C.
You mean, Cuellar.
Cuellar.
Yeah, God, I don't know. I think I'm going with Maris. I think he's got the class. He's got the better experience. He's got to be mentally right, but I think he is. And so I like Maris on points in a really good fight. It might. That's the co-feature to Thurman Porter. It might steal the show. It might. Because Thurman Porter could be kind of funky. It's a great match on paper, but the way those two styles actually pan out and mesh in the ring.
No, it will
be. It
might
be. Yeah,
it will be for sure.
Awkward, yeah.
But I'm into that fight.
Yeah, I am too.
Oh my
I am
God.
too.
Oh, so here's someone. What do you think, Thurman Porter?
I like Thurman on points.
I love Porter. Oh, excuse me. I love Porter. I think he's got the momentum, the desire. He's focused. He's a great guy.
Got the confidence.
Huge confidence. And, you know, he's sort of going to just grab a lot and fight, but he's going to do his fight.
He's going to maul. He's a mauler.
Yeah, but he's
physical. Huh?
He's great. His dad's great.
They're great people.
I mean, they're just...
They're from Ohio. Come on. They're from Ohio.
Here's one. Does Dougie ever get in a ring and spar?
Not in more than 60, not since the 2000s. Not since the 2000s.
Okay, how about Jesse Vargas and Kell Brook?
But yeah, I used to.
Yeah,
I used to spar a lot, more than I wanted to.
Wait, who was your trainer?
Kevin Morgan.
Yeah, L.C. Morgan's son.
Yeah, they have no idea who L.C. Morgan. You keep dropping these names, means nothing to these people. Telling you nothing. L.C. Morgan, so what? Yeah.
Look him up in box
Youngstown,
reps.
Ohio. Yeah, he had over 100 knockouts.
He fought everyone.
Yeah, Kevin was a sparring guy. His pride was on the line when he would put his guys in with another coach's prodigy or pupil. And so his rule was we don't put a limit on the number of rounds. So when he would say, my guy will spar your guy, how much your guy weigh?
Yeah.
Oh, 130, 135. Doug, get in the ring. I would just get in the ring because that's how he liked it. And the other coach would say, how many rounds we doing? So we don't have no limit. We go as long as you can take it. And so that way in Kevin's mind, and Kevin was punchy, he was a real rough, former prize fighter, former welterweight contender. We won. And Kevin in his mind kept a running tally of our record. His record wasn't about us, it was about him. His record against the other coaches. And they all, Kevin was those guys. If we did actually get the better of their fighters, Kevin would crow loudly and be obnoxious and all that. But I love Kevin now. He's at Mayweather Boxing Club in Vegas right now.
Just the opposite views.
So he's my spy.
Just the opposite of Emil Bruce's training techniques.
Yes, and no coincidence that Amilcar Brusa, another name nobody has any idea about. He's the guy who developed Carlos Monzon and had like at least 14 world champions in his own right. He's an all-time great trainer, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Someone just asked, what about the career of Kelly Pavlik?
It's
sad.
over. Yeah,
sad.
He retired.
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
No. That's too
I wish
bad.
he was around, though. I wish he was around. I mean, wouldn't he be fun against Gennady Golovkin?
Oh, my
Kelly
God.
Pavlik, Golovkin? Come on.
So we're going to... Last week we went too long,
Yeah.
so...
We're already running long.
No, it's not that long.
Okay.
We have about 3 more minutes here. So, anyway, the other thing that I wanted to mention, if you go to YouTube and watch Brian Gumbel's eulogy for Ali, it's incredible.
It's the best. It's the best eulogy I've ever
This
heard.
guy, I mean, Brian Gumbel, oh my God. I mean, you got to watch it. It is spiritual and inspirational, and Ali was the best. Ali really was. So, see Dougie just extending the rope. Look how good he is there. It's pretty good. Real good. And that's after doing the stairs.
Yeah, my legs are heavy.
So,
So you got some
anyway,
questions?
I got a few questions.
All right, go for it.
Okay, I'm going to do who are the WBC welterweight champ starting with the present one. We'll see if you can rattle them off
Going
like you
back
did last time.
to the WBC welterweight champ?
Yeah.
Well, right now it's Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
He won that earlier this year against Robert Guerrero. He won the vacant title. The title was vacated by Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Right.
And Floyd had it since 2011 when he won it from Victor Ortiz.
Right.
Victor Ortiz won it from Andre Berto in the fight of the year that year. And Andre Berto won the vacant title from some nobody. Some guy, Mexican fighter, nice guy, like a cop or something. Cop out of Mexico. I can't remember the guy's name that Berto won it from. He didn't want it. We didn't win it from him, but it was up for grabs. It was vacant. And who vacated it? I'm trying to think. That would have been. I think it was Mayweather who vacated. Mayweather retired.
Yeah.
Mayweather retired at the end of 2007 after defending the title against Ricky Hatton. And Mayweather won the title from Carlos Baldomir.
Right.
Who won the Ring Magazine title and the WBC title by outpointing Zab Judah.
Right.
Right? That was in January of 2006. Judah was the undisputed champ, but Baldomir only won the WBC title, as that's the only sanctioning organization he paid the fee for. You see how it works, folks.
And you
got to pay.
Who was Baldomir's trainer?
Amilcar Brusa.
Right.
And he was nothing without Brusa. He was a straight up journeyman.
Yeah.
I mean that. I mean, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but Baldomir sucked.
Yeah.
Probably the weakest quote unquote lineal champion in several decades. Prior to Zab Judah, Judah won it from Corey Spinks.
Right. And he fought that. He didn't make any money on that fight.
Right.
He took it for nothing.
Yeah, and Corey Spinks won it from Ricardo Mayorga.
Right.
And Ricardo Mayorga won it from Vernon Forrest. And Vernon Forrest won it from Shane Mosley.
Right.
And Shane Mosley won it from Oscar De La Hoya. And Oscar De La Hoya was awarded the belt because he lost it against Felix Trinidad. But, you know, the WBC said, you know what, he's Oscar. We thought he won. What the hell, man? Let's give it to him. Oscar initially won the WBC title from Pernell Whitaker.
Right.
And Pernell Whitaker won it from Buddy McGirt. Right?
Right.
And Buddy McGirt won it from Simon Brown.
Right.
Simon Brown actually held the IBF and the WBC titles, but he let the IBF go because Don King at the time was having a beef with the president of the IBF. That's neither here nor there. Simon Brown won the WBC title from Maurice Blocker.
Right. And what card was that on?
That was on the undercard of Mike Tyson versus Razor Ruddock, 1991.
I was there.
Wow! Yeah. Good grief. I was in college, Dave.
I
was in college wondering, like, where am I going to see the fight? Damn! And then, okay, so Maurice Blocker won it from Marlon Starling.
Right.
Marlon Starling won it from Lloyd Hunnigan.
You got it.
Lloyd Hunnigan won it from, it was a huge upset. Hunnigan won it from Donald Curry.
Right.
Right?
Huge upset.
Yeah, huge upset. That was 1986? Or was it 87?
It
was 86, right? Mid-80s.
The first time, no, he won that in 86.
Yeah, 86. Okay.
And where was that fight?
It was Vegas, right?
Atlantic City.
Yeah, oh, it was Atlantic City, okay.
Huge upset.
Donald Curry, who the hell did he win it from? Wasn't it vacant? Maybe he won it vacant.
No, he didn't.
No, it wasn't
vacant. He fought another undefeated fighter from Detroit.
Oh, yeah, he won it from the Iceman.
Yeah.
Milton McCrory.
Yeah, I was there.
Milton McCrory. Wow.
That was
2 round. That was in Vegas.
That was in Vegas.
And that was a left hook, or it was a 2-round fight. It was crazy. Yeah.
At the
that was in
convention
'85.
That was an
Okay.
incredible fight.
So, right, that's when Curry unified the WBA and WBC titles with that fight. Milton McCrory won it from, did he beat some guy, a British guy? Colin?
Hey, Coach!
Well, it was Sugar Ray had retired.
He had, Sugar Ray vacated the title, and I guess McCrory won it from, he won a vacant title from somebody. I can't remember the name. So I go back, my lineage goes back to like 1983.
Yeah. Hey,
Not bad, right?
It's fair. I'll give you like a B plus.
All right, I'll take it.
It's okay.
I'll take a B+.
Hey, anyway, Dougie, that is incredible.
Yeah?
That's very good.
And
Anyway,
let everybody know, I don't peep at it. I don't peep at your paper or anything
no.
like that. I don't.
That
want
was
to
very
do
impressive.
it. Yeah.
That was good. So let's just do a little quick jumping rope here.
All right, folks.
Just this is. Look at that. Look at that. That is pretty incredible. Wow. Anyway, be sure to read Dougie's mailbag every Monday and Friday. Read Steve Kim's columns about 3 times a week. They're incredible.
Yeah.
Watch the 3 knockdown rule, which you'll love. And have a great week.
Watch Manuel Tino Avila, featherweight contender, do his thing. He's got a fight coming up this summer, I think, in Indio.
And rest in peace, Joe Chavez.
Rest in peace, Joe Chavez.
Anyway, we'll see you. Have a great week.